Alright, welcome to my Azure Dreams Archipelago tutorial. I put a tutorial in the Discord in text form and noticed it was a wall of text. Figured people don't want to have to get an engineering degree to do this. So I figured a video tutorial would help. That is also the second time I made that joke because the first time had a version mismatch issue that I had to correct. But now we should be good. So, in that Discord download section, you will find all the links to these three GitHubs. You will need Archipelago 0.6.7. All the way down here, the version you want is the setup exe. Pretty straightforward. For this, any latest version should work just fine. The most important part is that DuckStation Windows x64 installer.exe. Don't get this other one, this one with the SSE2. That one is a different thing. I don't even know what that is, but this is the one that I can verify works. It's meowing now. And then finally, ADAPV 1.0.1. This is absolutely required. The old version does not work. This is a working version. You'll want the zip here. All the links are in the Discord channel. And that's what you get with these. We'll first start with the Archipelago install. Windows screaming at me. I will create a desktop. This is fine. Oh. I'll let that run. And this will go to your C program data Archipelago folder. If you make a shortcut to the desktop, you can right click this, open file location, and up on my third monitor. And then right here, you will want to go up one. And this is more just convenience. If you don't mind browsing your system, that's also just fine. But I'm going to put this on the desktop primarily for the tutorial. And we'll bring this over here. So this is your installation. Notable things is the generate exe, players, and output, but we'll go over that soon. Next, let's go ahead and do DuckStation. We can browse. Go to DuckStation tutorial. Okay. Don't need a shortcut. Desktop shortcut, sure. So. Allow noises. Do I want to launch? No. Looks like the desktop shortcut didn't go. It probably overwrote my other shortcut. That's going to be fun. This, we're going to go ahead and launch it. And it still holds all my saved data. So a lot of my patch files from creating the project is here. We can just ignore that. But if you are new to DuckStation, there's quite a few things you'll need to do here. First, let's go to BIOS. You will want to get your SCPH 1001 BIOS or whatever version. The Azure Dreams ROM will need to be the US version. It is the only version that works. But there's a BIOS directory here. You just put your BIOS in a folder and then point this to that folder. I just use the original install locations BIOS. Then you'll want to go to graphics. You want to set internal resolution to 5x because Azure Dreams has a funny thing with the minimap will shiver, like it'll twitch a lot, which is really annoying, and that's a DuckStation thing. Other emulators don't necessarily do that, but this is a simple fix for it. Just change your internal resolution to 5x, and that won't happen. Now, specifically for the Archipelago setup, you will need to click Show Debug Menu, which makes a menu appear here, a tab. Click that, and then scroll all the way down and enable Export Shared Memory. And then once you have that done, close and just exit for now. Next, we will launch this. And go ahead and extract these two files. Now here in custom worlds, this would generally not be here. I'm going to actually just delete it. And then you can simply double click this AP world. And it says installed AP world from the file. And then that basically just copy pastes it here. It's actually a super simple double click, but also a super simple copy. I will put my client here. Windows is going to warn. They run anyways. That should only ever happen once. Now, the original ROM, you will want to, there's a few things here you want to do. You want to set up your slot. And I'm going to change this to Primo. You'll want to find your original ROM and point the app to it. And then also point the emulator part, the DuckStation, to the Qt release. Some installations might have other EXEs in there. Let me find DuckStation tutorial. This one doesn't seem to, but if you already had DuckStation and it's a slightly older version and you didn't have issues finding the export shared memory, that's a very key thing. If you have issues finding that, it might still be possible in your version, but I don't know exactly what the details of that would be. It would be best to just update to the newest version and then everything will be where I've said it is. But this, you'll want to make sure that you get the Qt version. And then just click open and it points it there. Finally, you'll want to create your YAML. Now this slot name up here has to be the same as what you're going to put here. That is very important, otherwise it won't be able to connect to the room. Maybe I want traps enabled. You could just set whatever settings end up here as this continues in development. Save YAML, and you'll want to take that to your Archipelago installation. Program data, Archipelago, players. And I already have my ALTTP, and that's the reason why I changed the name, so that we don't have generation issues on name conflict. Because only one slot name per every slot needs to be a different name. Save that. And then after that's done, you can just go ahead and exit this for now. So now everything is installed and a lot of setup done. From here, that YAML, if you are not going to be the host, you don't actually need it in a Archipelago folder, and you don't even need the Archipelago installation at all if you're not hosting the game. If you're just a player in it, you will only need the DuckStation and the application, and to give the YAML to whoever is hosting it. If you are the host, that's what this is going to be relevant to. You have your YAMLs in here. Everybody's YAMLs need to be in here, so this could be Bob, Joey, everybody in there. And then click Archipelago Generate. And this will do its thing. That's what shuffles all the items and creates a seed. And then you're going to get this zip. Let's create a new folder here. The game 1. I'm actually going to put that in here because of the way I named things. That. And just go and drag it there. That way you keep this folder clean. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to read strings from the generation and trying to apply which one is which once you have a pile of them if you play a lot. So go ahead and extract that. And now you'll see that I have a ALTTP patch file. And if you don't have ALTTP's actual disk, Archipelago is going to ask you for that ROM. I think that's kind of a bad decision in how it's been developed. These are patch files. These should not have any relation directly with the ROM, which would be the legal problem. These are just patches. They require the original ROM in order to actually work. Archipelago asking you if you have it and then denying the generation if you don't, I think that's just bad. My system does not require that. It will give you the 80 patch file regardless. And from here, you will hand everybody out any patch files that they need. Some games won't need them. Some games will actually are more modern. They probably don't even have a client. But hand out everybody's patch files. And then for your part as Azure Dreams, you would just double click that. It launches this. It patches the game. That's going to be annoying. That's very loud. Headphone warning. Sorry about that. Now, I'm going to exit that. That's how this works. That is pretty much everything from here, but there's one last thing that the host will have to do. And the host will actually have to give this to the players too. You want to go here to archipelago.gg, click start playing, host a pre-generated game, upload file, and then that's my scratch folder, client games from here, and then this .archipelago file from the generation that you extracted from the zip, you'll choose that. Open, create a new room, and then here you'll get this number. I'm going to copy that. 45019. See, we got Primo playing Azure Dreams, Septic playing A Link to the Past. So back here, you can continue to just double click this. It will look for the patched game and then just launch the patched game if it already exists. Otherwise, it creates it. Do that. Make sure your slot matches. And connect. And then once you connect, Primo, Team 1, playing Azure Dreams has joined. And that's it. You can now switch to compact mode, probably much more preferable. I might one day make that automatic once the game is launched and everything is connected. I'm gonna speed everything up here. You'll see it's updated. Monsters. The monster shop is locked. That's what the red chest symbolize. And this is a problem with playing with games that have extremely large item pools. Azure Dreams has 98 items. That's 2 per floor, all the way up to 39. That's 78, plus the 20 in the shops. And Azure or ALTTP has over 200. So this happens a lot if you play with games that aren't well done for each other. But yeah, that's the whole thing. And then once that's done, let's go ahead and just delete all this. Let's say you want to play again in the future, and you're the host. Let's go ahead and close this out. Archipelago.gg, we'll just have that ready. YAMLs are already there. If nobody's changing anything or whatever, then you could just skip the whole YAML part. All you have to do is come here, generate. That gives you a new seed. You could even do this from the output folder and then delete it later. Extract here. Set up the room. Right, there's a reason why I did this. Upload the archipelago file. For a new room, this will have a new port. 45989. Minimize that. And then just double click this. And there you go. Put your port in. Connect. Tell DuckStation to shut up or actually do the update. I would say just do the update because I've not had any issues with any of the newer versions or anything of DuckStation. And that's the whole process. The first setup is literally the worst part. Once that's done, and if you're just a player, like all you need is the client and DuckStation, do the initial client setup, and then whoever hosts the seed will give you the patch file, put it in a folder, and double click it. Hey, we have a little bit more AD stuff in here. A lamp. Compass for the Swamp Palace. Big key for Tower of Hera. That's huge. Yeah. That's pretty much everything. If say an ALTTP player gets stuck, there is a spoiler log that will tell you where everything is. And right here you can see this is all the ALTTP world stuff. Alright, now this is Azure Dreams stuff. So like this will tell you exactly where everything is. The equipment shop, we saw the Tovar seed, we saw the hammer. And yeah. Floor 39 shovel. And yeah, that's just a way that you could find if somebody's lost, they don't know what to do. It is a randomizer, that can happen. Then you can use the spoiler log for that. Is there anything else? I think that's everything. If there's any issues, if anybody has any trouble, I am willing to hop and call, help out with anything that is tripping you up or anything. Just let me know. But yeah, I hope a lot of people get to playing this. I'm going to continue to be developing it for some time. I want to expand on the town, make it a little bit more relevant than a couple shop visits. But I need bug testing. So get out there and play.